Hey guys, what's up? I'm Miles and I'm in the CMB. I play the baritone, if you couldn't tell by this giant ass trumpet here. And today I'm going to teach you some of the basic things we do at the CMB, such as attention, horns up, horns down, and marking time. The first thing I want to go over is attention, otherwise known as our horns down position or a set position, depending on what you call it. This is the most fundamental one, as we're going to build all the other ones off of it. Let's start with the feet. Now the feet, we're going to connect our heels and our toes and line them up better than I did there. And now in my high school, I remember we did this with our toes apart like a little pizza slice. We're not in high school anymore. We're going to connect those toes. And now it's also important to put a slight emphasis on the front of the feet. So like the toe area, I put it roughly around 2/3 towards the toes and 1/3 towards the heels. And you're going to want to test that by picking up your toes, or picking up your heels, sorry, and then gently lowering them back down until you feel the heels touch the astroturf. And now there's your 2/3, 1/3. Some people say 60-40, I go 2/3, 1/3. All right, let's go up to the knees here. Knees, don't lock them. This is bad in many, many, many ways. A slight bend is good, we like that. Also, you don't want to bend it too much though, or else you're gonna be squatting or something. And work out those quads, but don't look up. All right, let's move on to the general posture. Now, the important thing is that you want to stay in a straight line. Your body's going to stay in a straight line and have a little slight forward lean. That's totally cool because that's the weight we're putting on the toes. It's going to cause it to lean slightly forward. Now with the stomach especially, you want to suck in a little bit, activate that core, and it's important so that way it's a little easier to step off. That's in fact why we do the lean, so that's easy to just go from here to here. All right, next up you got the hands. What are we going to do with these things? There's two scenarios, one of which is when we're holding the horn, the other one is when we're not. And so I'm going to start without the horn. And it doesn't really matter for the right arm anyways. So with the right arm, you're going to have a nice clenched fist here, put it just along the seam of your pants. In the CMB uniform, you have a nice orange stripe that's going to help you a lot. You're going to put it right along the seam of your pants and a slight bend to the elbow. Just a little one, nothing too extreme. Also just barely noticeable. With the left arm, a little different, again, depending on whether or not you're holding the horn, because we hold the horn in our left hands. I know trombones do it right or something, but we do left. So for the left arm, this top half is going to remain exactly the same as it was for the right hand. It's nice little along the line of the seam of your pants. But with the left hand now, past the elbow, you're going to bend it such that your arm is parallel to the ground. And you're also going to clench your fist and turn it in towards you. Now with the horn, sometimes there's a ring finger right here. It's a little hard to see, but sometimes there's a ring thing right there. If that applies to you, you're gonna put your ring finger in there. You're getting married, congrats. And there's also a little spot for your thumb here. It's gonna go just behind the valves a little bit. And then the other fingers kind of go wherever is natural. I put them in front here. Now with the horn, same deal, left arm, kind of similar to the right arm. So now the horn's gonna be parallel to the ground. And now for the shoulders, you're gonna want to raise them a little bit, just show off a little pride here. Obviously not like this, that just looks awkward, but also you don't want to look lazy. And that's the problem, we don't want to look lazy. We are a marching band, for crying out loud. Last but not least, we got the head, straight ahead, nothing fancy. Don't look at that. Also, oh, that's bright, okay. All right, next up is horns up. There are 3 moves to the horns up. And each movement involves one of the arms or both of the arms for the last one. That's a special surprise there. First step, you're gonna start from set. The first step is to extend your left arm such that your fist is parallel to your mouth and that the horn is at a 10-degree angle above the ground. So not parallel, that's one of the problems here. We are playing towards a crowd that is above us. They're not equal to us. That's the first move. Your right arm does not move until the second step, where now the right arm moves and the left arm does not move. Right arm, you're going to bring it up such that the thumbs are kind of right next to each other, they're friends. You got your pointer finger on the first valve, middle finger on the second valve, ring finger on the third valve, and some horns also have a ring right here. If that applies to you, put the pinky in there. If it doesn't apply to you, just kind of ballpark it. And make sure that your elbows are a nice little diamond here. So you don't want to do this, you don't want to do this either. You don't want to do this. You got to be here. Third step, you're gonna bring it right up to your mouth. Bring the horn right up to your mouth such that you can play for it. And so, now, those are the 3 moves, but UVA, we're awesome. We gotta let them know we go to UVA. Now, what you're gonna do is that there are 3 counts. We are going to say U, V, and A, 1 for each count. Can you guess what that spells? You're right, UVA, because we go to UVA. Now, this is always going to be, they're going to give you some kind of count off, so like 1, 2, and UVA, or just 1, 2, 3, 4, UVA. I will demonstrate a little bit better than that. You want to make sure you're as snappy as possible, but also don't kill yourself when coming up here, else that's going to hurt. It does, I know. There's a ring right there, it's the worst. Okay. 1, 2, 3, A, U, V, A. Now, also, call them out. You gotta show everyone you go to UVA, because they think you go to Louisville or something. I don't know. You go to UVA for crying out loud. All right. So that's horns up right here. Beautiful. Awesome. Let's go back down. Sometimes we want to go back down. We go back down after songs. Every time. It's a very similar story to horns up, just do it in reverse. Except now we're in 2 counts. The first count is exactly the same as the last count for horns up. Bring it out, just like that. The second count is now you combine the first and second steps of the horns up into 1 movement. You go back to the horns down, and the right arm's back here, parallel to the ground. Now also, at UVA, we're the Who's. I think a Who is a kind of fish or something. I looked it up on Google. Anyways, we need to let them know that we're some kind of fish or something. So, in the 2 counts we do this movement, 1, 2, we are going to say, go, Who's! To let them know we are walkers for life. Alright. Now we're back horns down. Let's go more time. Sometimes you do it with... Gotta cut it. I forgot to do that.
What's it?
Alright.
Horning.
I missed the wording.
Yeah. Just jump on through.
Now what do we do if we don't have the instrument? Because we do that sometimes when we're practicing. As I mentioned, horns down is just this. You put your left arm out like this, like you're holding the horn, but also not kind of your mega fist. First movement, just like you have the horn, except you're not holding on the valves or anything. Second movement, you're going to put your right on top of your left. In the third movement, you're going to bring it up such that it's like you're eating a sandwich or something. Eat a sandwich. Horns down, it's the same idea as with the instrument, you just go in reverse, but combine those last 2 steps with both arms at the same time. Alright, let's move. Kind of. How about we move, but in place first? Marking time. So, we're at attention, horns up, either way the feet are the same. We're going to give you some kind of prep where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last beat they give you, on the offbeat of that last beat, so the and before, you're going to pick up your left foot ever so slightly. Now it's kind of hard to hold this position, but as you can see, I'm barely picking it up. And now, at UVA, we pick up our heel and our toe off the ground at the same time. Some bands do it like this. I know my band did it like this in high school. Some bands apparently do it like this. I just learned. At UVA, same time. And so, once you put down your left foot on the beat, you're going to pick up the right foot and do the exact same thing. Put it down on the beat, left foot at the same time, and guess what? You're walking in place. And now, they're going to keep on doing this until they tell you to stop. And I think that's it. Thank you everyone. Like and subscribe, comment down below. What's your favorite technique?